Hi and a huge Halloween welcome to Steve's Kitchen. Guys, if you are gluten intolerant, I came across a wonderful recipe by a lady called Anne of Easy Gluten Free, and I'll leave a link down to her channel here. But she made this wonderful pumpkin crumble, and I'm going to be making it today. I'm not making the gluten-free version. If you're gluten intolerant, get across and say hello to Anne, say Steve sent you. But right now, let me show you how I'm going to make this Halloween pumpkin crumble. Okay, to start with, we've got our ingredients here, and I have modified them a little bit from Anne's recipe. A cup and a half of our pumpkin puree that we made earlier on with the pumpkin that we carved. And then I'm going to add 1/4 cup of compacted dark brown sugar. And Anne, I'm going to use the thick full cream because Decadence is my middle name. 2/3 cup of thick cream. 3 eggs. And 1 teaspoon of pumpkin spice. Now I didn't have this here, so I've made my own up. This is a mixture of cinnamon, nutmeg, ginger and allspice. So 1/4 teaspoon of each, or if you can get a similar pumpkin spice where you are, that's great. And 1/2 teaspoon of vanilla extract. Now we're just going to take a whisk and mix this all together into a smooth custard. Now while I'm mixing this up, I've got my oven preheating at 160 degrees Celsius, that's 325 degrees Fahrenheit. Now we've got this beautiful custard here, and the smell coming off here is delicious. Now I'm going to take this delicious custard mix and I'm putting it into these cup-size ramekins. Now I don't want to drip this, so I'll bring it over carefully. Now I've pre-greased the ramekins, the inside of the ramekins, with a little butter. So I've evenly distributed those between the 4 ramekins, and I've got this in a baking tray for one reason. I'm going to be taking boiling water and I'm going to fill around these ramekins just to about 1/3, and then we're going to cover this over with tin foil and bake it in the oven that I've preheated for approximately 40 minutes. This is called a bain-marie, so I'm covering this over a bath of Maria. I'm just covering it over with aluminium foil, or for you Americans, aluminum foil. And then we're very carefully going to take this over to the oven and pop it in there 40 minutes, 325 degrees Fahrenheit, that's 160 degrees Celsius, and then we're going to uncover it and the custard will be cooked. Now while the pies are cooking in the oven, I'm going to make this delicious crumble for the top. So we've got 1/4 cup of plain all-purpose flour and 2 tablespoons of butter. Just going to drop that in there. Now I'm just going to use the tips of my fingers to crumb together the butter and the flour. Now Anne, I've never made such a small amount of crumble in my life, and I've doubled yours. So we do like our crumble. Okay, we've got our crumb together butter and flour. Now I'm just going to add 1/4 cup of compacted brown sugar, and I've got 1 teaspoon of cinnamon. Just mix that through roughly. And then I've got 1/2 cup of roughly chopped walnuts that's going in there as well. And we're going for the whole 9 yards. We really love our Decadence, so I hope you'll forgive me for not offering people to go for the healthy option. Now there's our crumble, or as Anne calls that, a streusel, and we're just going to pop that in the fridge, let it cool while the pie's finished baking. Okay, after 40 minutes, I'm bringing that out of the oven to uncover them. Now be a little careful because quite a lot of steam is going to come out of this. So I'm just going to let the custard settle for about 10 minutes before we put the crumble topping on top of this, and then they're going back in the oven for a further 10 minutes without the cover on. Okay, once the pumpkin custard has cooled down, we're going to evenly distribute the crumble over the top. Once you've evenly distributed the crumble over the top, these go back into the oven for a further 10 minutes. Okay, they were in the oven for another 10 minutes, uncovered like that. There they are, cooled down, my little pumpkin crumbles, or streusel as Anne calls them. They look absolutely delicious, and I'm going to have one of these now to try with a big dollop of fresh cream on top. Look at that beauty, Anne. Thanks very much. Guys, you have to try this. It looks absolutely delicious. It smells gorgeous. So here's cheers to you, Anne. I'm going to give this one a try. Get a nice big bit of that custard underneath with the fresh cream. That is absolutely delicious. All the spices coming out of there. It's like a spice custard, the cream, the streusel. I think this is absolutely wonderful. You've got to try this. If you haven't got pumpkin, go out and buy yourself a pumpkin. It's the time of year. Give it a try. Delicious. Thanks for joining me again, guys, and if you carved a pumpkin in the method that I said in that video there, then you'll have heaps of pumpkin flesh and you'll be able to make pumpkin puree in the other video down below. So don't forget, get across to Anne's site and say hi, and no mention of Morticia Adams, by the way, when you're there. Give us the thumbs up for this video, share the love, and the thumbs up to Anne's video as well. Take care, I'll see you next time. Be good.